everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chisum. If today is your first time viewing my channel, thank you so much for coming. You could like, comment and subscribe. The essence of subscribing is so that when I upload my new video, you can be able to get notification for that. And if you've already subscribed, thank you again for coming back. So today I'll be talking about my struggle with inferiority complex and how I came out of it. Some call it low self-esteem though. So back then, growing up, I grew up in a large family with my parents and my siblings, like wonderful set of people. I probably will be inviting them someday on this channel. And they were good. They were really, really good. They made growing up good for me. But regardless of, the good family and nice things that I had, I still had inferiority complex. Is that not surprising? It's just to tell you that inferiority complex isn't about the wealth or it's not really about the kind of family you grew up in or anything. There are lots more involved in it. There are a lot more involved in people having inferiority complex or low self-esteem. So back then I was really focusing on getting validated by others, being accepted by others. I was really sensitive to criticism and compliments. What do I mean by that? Every word people tell me, I put it to heart. I always see the negative part of it. I always dwelled in it. I always dwelt in it and kept thinking about it, and it was shaping my life and turning my life around. Instead of turning my life around to the positive way, it was turning my life around in the negative way. This thing that people say, that your life goes towards your thoughts. As a man thinking his heart, so he is. So apparently the thoughts of people's opinion, what people had said to me, were turning my life into the wrong direction. I couldn't stand myself. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror and smile at myself. I had this unbelievable imagination about myself. For me, in my head, I wasn't smart, I wasn't intelligent, I wasn't pretty or beautiful in any way. I just had so much flaws. And it was not really a very nice experience. Because of it, I tend to withdraw from social gathering, from crowds, because when I come into places like that, I feel small. I feel like every other person inside there is better than I am, and it was depressing and demoralizing in every aspect of my life. Because of that, I started trying to build up some defense mechanism, and I wasn't accepting my mistakes. I always wanted to, send the responsibility, the blame to someone else, and always wanting to fight back when people, comment about things. Instead of trying to pick out the corrections, I just wanted to fight back about it and all that. And then it wasn't easy for me to cope with life. Sometimes I sleep and I wake up and I'm just not happy. I started having mood swings. I'm happy this moment and the next moment I'm just so angry and irritable at life. I just couldn't explain what was going on with me because I hadn't gotten a certain understanding of who I am. I hadn't gotten a certain understanding of my identity. So I was always feeling down about myself. But then something happened one day. That took me out of it. It was like a total turnaround, 360-degree turnaround in my life. What happened was the fact that I came to a revelation and I came to an understanding of who I am in Christ. I came to an understanding of God's love for me. This was a personal revelation and personal understanding that really woke me up. I just couldn't believe that I had allowed people to drag me into their shithole. I had allowed people to, take me down this messy path. I couldn't believe that I'd given people power. Because the truth of it is that you are the only one who is allowed to give people power to mess up your life. You are the only one to do that. But then that revelation got to me, and I came to the understanding that I am beautifully and wonderfully made by God. I came to the revelation that even my flaws, even my shortcomings, regardless of all that God still loves me. That though I have flaws and shortcomings, they are things that I can work on. They are things that I can, try to turn around if I put my mind in it. Yeah, then I know people were always complaining, yeah, girl, you look malnourished. Sometimes they say, you look malnourished, or they say, you have fat legs, you have a man's leg and all that. But by the time I came to that understanding, I got to accept my flaws. I got to accept my shortcomings. I got to accept those things that I know that, yeah, they are not, so wonderful and everything. I got to accept that, so that when people try to make fun of me because of me, I just laugh. Yeah, these are things that I already know. These are things that I had already accepted. For the things I can change, I try to change it. And for the things that I cannot change, I try to accept that God has created me this way. And for Him to create me this way, He has the perfect plan. He knows that this is what is going to make me perfect. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing slimmer, nothing fatter. It's going to make me perfect. So I started, understanding this thing. At first, it wasn't easy to accept these things. It wasn't easy to start working in it, but the gradual process I started accepting compliments, I started accepting corrections that people give genuinely, not corrections that people give because they really want to pull you down. Like when I told you, when I was struggling with inferiority complex, I was also among people that were trying to find fault in others, because already my life was already in a mess. So the only thing I could do to give myself some level of satisfaction was to also find fault in others, instead of also appreciating others for who they are. But now that I've come to the understanding of who I am in Christ, I've come to the understanding of my identity, I'm able to open up to understanding others. That's why they tell people self-love is really, really important. When I mean it's so important. You can't love others beyond the way you love yourself. You can't give what you don't have, and you can't make people give you what you are not able to accept. You have to fully understand that and fully open up your heart to accept who you are and who you've become and who God have made you to be. So what are the steps that I used, in trying to maintain my identity, in trying to daily remind myself of who I am? There are daily affirmations. So you can try daily affirmation. That moment you come in front of a mirror and you stand and you speak to yourself. You are strong, you are pretty, you are beautiful, you are bold, you are courageous, you are wonderfully and fearfully made by God. You keep speaking to yourself. You keep speaking to yourself till those words start, having their actions on your inside. Try to avoid dwelling on negative thoughts. Try to avoid dwelling on negative thoughts. Whenever they come into your mind, try to replace them with the positive thoughts. Whenever they come into your mind, like you stay on your own and then weird thoughts start coming into your head, try to replace them with positive thoughts. Learn to accept compliments and success. Learn to sit down and count your achievements. Learn to sit down and count your strength. Learn to sit down, and count your success, how far you've gone, what you've accumulated in life. Don't just focus on your failures. Don't just focus on your flaws and your shortcomings. Focus on your success, on your achievement, and on your strength. And then try to curtail the kind of things you listen to. Try to, curtail the kind of things you let through your heart, you let through your mind, the kind of people that speak to you. There are these people in life that are just bent on telling you 1001 things that are wrong with you. Try to avoid such people for your own sanity and, for your peace of mind. They might have been friends you've kept for a very long time and you don't even know that these people are messing up your life. When you realize them, cut it off. Just like cut them off, flee from them for your own sanity. They might not necessarily be bad people, but words that come out of their mouths are just filled with negativity. And for your own sanity, just cut them out. Then also try to listen to those that uplift you. Those that are genuinely happy for you, those that are genuinely complimenting you, that are genuinely telling you positive things about you. So I have this friend. I've not known her for a long time though. But I noticed one thing about her. When she compliments me, you just see the genuineness in her face for the compliment. You see that she is happy for you. It's just she's not complimenting you just to throw compliments at you or anything. You just see the genuineness in it. So learn to have those kind of friends around you, friends that are genuinely happy for you. And then finally, this is really, really important. These are, the things I've called out before are things you can try to maneuver based on your strength and all that. But when you get a revelation of who you are, it takes you into another dimension. I tell you the truth. It takes you into another dimension. It helps you work really on, establishing those things. It's like revelation gives you a deeper root that even when the storms of life try to hit on it, the roots, because the root is deep, it helps you to stand. And how are you going to get this revelation? It's through prayer. You can pray to God and ask God to reveal who you are to you, to let Him allow you see yourself the way He sees you. So that your eyes of understanding can be opened up to who you are. If this happens to you, it's really, really a nice experience. So you could pray to God and ask Him. He is our maker. He's our creator. He knows us more than anybody in this world. And He understands us more than anybody in this world. So when you will ask Him for this, He's going to open up your eyes to come to the truth of who you are. So I know that probably a lot of people had gone through this inferiority complex or low self-esteem. Kindly share your story with me. The email address is on the description box. You can send in your stories and you can share with others. Thank you for viewing my channel today. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you on the next one. Tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the